somebody's going to be 0-3 by Sunday night, and somebody's going to be in a lot of trouble by Sunday night. You got the Charger defense, which is leaky to say the best, pass defense, which is deplorable, and you got Kirk Cousins, who throws for 4,000 yards every season. This Bolts pass defense, I went back and did a check. This pass defense, John, is in 2 games, has given up 28 pass plays of plus 10. That's the equivalent of 28 first downs through the air. It's given up 13 pass plays of plus 20. You talk about chunk yards. The DBs in the backfield for the Chargers have given up passes of 40, 47, 49, 75, and 76 yards in 2 weeks. And here comes Kirk Cousins throwing to Justin Jefferson, who had 15 catches last week. Oh, my goodness. And by the way, Minnesota's got 3 tight ends that all catch the ball, and Charger linebacking and pass defense is substandard. Bolts better not get on the plane 0-3, because I don't think a lot of people here on the West Coast are going to be very forgiving, and it's a mystery to me why they're 0-3. The only thing that saves them, they got to open up the playbook, and Justin Herbert has to attack downfield. If it's got to be 42-38, that's okay as long as Herbert's team wins, because I know Cousins is going to throw for a bucket full of yards against the Bolts defense. Your response?
Is Eckler back this week?
No, not practicing. Ankle is still the ankle. Eric Kendricks not practicing. Very limited practices for Joey Bosa. I mean, they're nicked up with what quality defensive players they have, and I don't think they have enough defensive players.
Wow. Well, Cam Akers, maybe he might get some playing time this week with the Vikings.
Maybe, but it's awful tough to show up on a Wednesday or Thursday, digest the playbook, and be able to go take a lot of snaps. Only time will tell. But this is Kirk Cousins' offense, and pal, Kirk Cousins goes down the field.
Right on.
Second game, Denver, Miami. Got a Bronco team that is in real disarray. All of a sudden, because all these turnovers, people are again questioning, can Russell Wilson play? And where's Sean Payton's influence? Well, I'll spin back, and I don't use excuses as an injury. I use injuries as an explanation. They got so many hurt people in Denver right now. That's why they're struggling. But Tua is just tearing up the secondaries. Tagovailoa has just got this offense hitting on all cylinders right now for the Dolphins. 2 weeks in for Denver, just way too many injuries. I don't think this is going to be a good Sunday for the Broncos. I think they're going to come home and they're going to be 0-3.
Yeah, it's Tua. This is the year of Tua, I think.
Raiders, Pittsburgh. This will be a back alley street fight. Steelers got up off the deck after playing so poorly in week 1 at home and getting killed. Got up off the deck after they were losing in week 2 and came back and posted a pretty impressive win. Pittsburgh's defense last weekend had 6 sacks, 2 touchdowns off their defense. And they just played down in the gutter, dirty defense. I mean, they beat on you. They're just relentless. They got a bunch of guys that just fly to the ball and just there's no give up whatsoever. And the Raiders, I don't know where the offense is going to come from. If their offensive line, which has been rebuilt again, can't run block for Josh Jacobs, that puts it all on Jimmy G. But Jimmy G does not have a history, even though he's got a good 1-loss record of throwing for 355 yards every week, putting the ball in the end zone. And where's the offense going to come from? Because now you're nursing Devontae Adams through a concussion. I know the Raiders could be in trouble. This road game probably comes at the right time for the Steelers because they don't want to be 1-2 at this point. But boy, it'll be worth watching this brawl in the gutter because that's the way the Steelers are trying to play football right now because their offense is so limited.
Steelers Raiders, man, this goes back to the glory days of the Oakland Raiders in the Coliseum. But yeah, the Raiders, I don't know, they're just like a lost hope. But this Kenny Pickett kid kind of surprises me a bit. Pickett to Pickens, for the touchdown. I mean, do you think he has a future in the NFL?
He does. Need to protect him. He was scrambling a lot, took a lot of hits last week. And Pittsburgh is not a complete offensive team yet. They're still not running the ball the way they had in the past. So this will be a challenge. Cincinnati Rams. You got Joe Burrow, calf issue again. It flared last week. I don't know if they can put it out on the field. Can the offensive line protect whoever's going to quarterback? That's an issue. Cincinnati's defense is springing leaks. Matthew Stafford is throwing the football to everybody, including, how about Puka Nacua? 25 catches in his first 2 games with the Rams.
Wow.
Cincinnati could be on the brink of going 0-3.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's going to bounce back. You know that this team is too talented to go 0-3.
Bounce back if he's on the field, but if this calf is flared again, can you afford to put him on the field? Other big game. They're both 2-0, but they're not probably not equal. I'm talking Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. Who are you going to stop? Who is Tampa's defense, which is pretty good? Who are you going to stop? You're going to stop Jalen Hurts? You're going to stop DeAndre Swift, who had 173 yards rushing? You're going to stop Devonta Smith and all the wide receivers they've got? My goodness. Baker Mayfield can't make mistakes. It's a Philadelphia defense that forces mistakes along the way. I don't know that Tampa's got any running game. They do have 3 pass-catching wide receivers. I think Baker's got to make it a throwing contest, but you know, Tampa got the ability to take Jalen Hurts off the field. I don't see any 3 and outs in the weather forecast on Sunday, John.
Yeah, no way. I mean, this Jalen Hurts is going to roll here, but Baker Mayfield's still that scrappy guy. You know, he might, pull a rabbit out of his hat. He's fun to root for, but yeah, the Bucs have no chance.
Our Thursday